You know what? You want to know why it's called the honeymoon at the beginning of a relationship? It's because both people decide to get together and decide to become a version of themselves they think the other person's going to fall in love with them faster, better. And they play, most of the time subconsciously, they play this persona of who they think the other person is going to like them. So it's like charades. They go into this relationship, they both play a part of the best version of themselves or the best version of who they think the other person is going to like. And the problem with that is that it's not sustainable because it's not authentically you. And so once you get comfortable in the relationship, once you get comfortable in the relationship, you end up showing who you really are, and then it comes as a surprise to, wow, this is not the person that I fell in love with, and this is not the person that they are right now compared to who they were at the beginning of the relationship. And I think this is where the separation happens, where the honeymoon stage is over. So it's like a peacock, right? The peacock has this beautiful showcase of how pretty they are and what they can do in order to be liked and chosen. So I'm going to call it the peacock syndrome. So we both show up with the best version of ourselves, and we show up as who we think we should be to the other person, so that we are loved, we're not rejected, we are wanted, we are chosen. And then when that ends and you get comfortable and you start showing parts of yourself that are really you, the other person might not like it, right? Or it's different. And both of you guys are confused. And so now this is where you get to choose, you get to accept, do I really want to be with this person for who they are? Because it seems like this is who they are. And the reason why it's not sustainable is because that's not really you. That's not the authentic you. So you can't continue to create or play this persona that you're not good at doing. You're not good at doing that because that's not really you. It's actually pretty draining and hard. The worst part is that the people that become really good at playing this persona that's not really them, they make others fall in love with that person, that persona that's not really them. And so now they become so good at it. They become so good at playing this persona that now they have to keep up the charades. They have to keep up the play. And so they become disconnected from themselves because they don't even know why they feel like they're not themselves. And so this is where they have an internal battle with themselves of, this is not really who I am, but I have done it for so long that now I have to continue to play this part. And this can happen with relationships, with friends, with anybody that you are playing the part of who you think they want you to be, and who you think is going to get accepted and loved. And this is an ongoing thing, and two of you can be playing this game. And so when the curtains come down, when the show's over, you then have to accept, is this who I want to be with? And can I accept this person? Can I accept them for who they are? We're not here to change anybody. We're here to accept if we want to be with that person after I know them to be who they are. And that is a realization that a lot of us aren't ready to receive, and we get confused and we feel betrayed and we feel like, but guess what? We're all doing it unless you notice why you do those things, right? This is the self-awareness, the self-acceptance, showing up as who you are whole, knowing that if you're not accepted, if you're rejected, if you're not chosen, that it's okay because you still love yourself, and you don't need external validation, and you don't need people to love you or validate you or accept you or choose you. No, because you choose yourself, and this is how you're going to continue being on that vibration and attracting those people that are going to love you for who you are, because you've done it for yourself already. And then it doesn't become a chore or hard work to show up as the person that you're not. So then you show up as who you are, knowing that you already love yourself, and it's okay if that person doesn't choose you. It does not mean that you're not beautiful. It does not mean that you're not smart. It does not mean that you're not loved or that you're unlovable. It doesn't mean all those stories that you made up as to why you have to show up as who you are not is not working out. So when you do the self-love, when you love yourself for who you are, where you don't feel like you need to show up and be loved because you already love yourself, that is how you're going to know that you're going to find your match, that you're going to get closer to the one, is because you are your own self. You are your one. You are your soulmate. So when you show up and you find that match that also loves you for who you are, and that is also showing up as who they are, and is in the same, there is the same, right? Then that's when you're going to find that match. Otherwise, either one person is being inauthentic or both of them are being inauthentic. So when you show up, a better relationship to be in is both showing up authentically, and so then there's no curtain that has to come down. There's no different persona that has to come out. There's nothing that's gonna be confusing, right? Like there's no show. It's just like, yeah, that's you, and I love you, and I see you, and I accept you. So when you show up to somebody, when you meet with someone, when you're about to get in a relationship with them, you're not here to change them or create this illusion of who they should become so you can love them, or feel like they are going to change to become this person that I'm going to fall in love with, or I'm already in love with the person of who they need to become. That's not your person. No, you show up and you believe that they're showing up authentically, and you accept that person for who they are, and then you get to choose if that's who you want to be with.